Welcome to Never Rewrite. I'm Isaac Askew.
And I'm Jeffrey Sherman, and today we're going to discuss how rewrites create accountability black holes. So I encountered this one in my day job recently where I found a bug in our UI and it had been there for who knows how long, more than a few years. And so I pointed it out to the responsible team, and the response I got back was, hey, we agree that this is a bug and we agree that it should be fixed, but we're rewriting the page. In this case, we're migrating from technology A to technology B. So it's a full rewrite, and it's actually a legitimate reason for doing a full write. Right? The technology that the UI is written in is a dead end. Nobody uses it anymore. We need to rewrite it in the different framework, different technology.
Okay.
And now we don't want to fix the bug because we're going to have to fix it twice. And in this case, to make matters worse, to make the accountability black hole, the rewrite was not a priority because this is a low. Right, they're thesis shipping the rewrite. They're doing it incrementally,
Okay.
and this is a low usage page, and it was stable and like just a low usage part of the system. That's why probably nobody noticed it, and so it's just on the back burner of yes, this is one of the 50 pages, an admin screen basically that we need to get to eventually so we can finish and shut it all down, but it's no one's priority and it doesn't really matter because it works correctly other than it looks wrong.
Okay.
And now the rewrite has now become a reason why we can't fix the bug.
Interesting. Okay. I have some initial thoughts, but is there any more you want to say to
No,
lay it
no,
out?
lay it on me. Because my thought is, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
here's the rewrite has created this accountability. The rewrite has become a reason not to fix a bug, on top of all the other reasons not to fix bugs like time and priority and everything else.
So the first question is, when do they expect the rewrite for this low priority area to be completed? Do they have a timeline for it?
Maybe 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Maybe.
So first of all, I like that they're approaching it incrementally in a low priority area. Smart. It's not a rewrite at this point. We would just call it thesis shifting, right? It's not a full rewrite. But I could see
They improve. Yeah, well, debatable, but yes,
okay.
this is the standard. If they're going at it in a thesis shipping approach, I would argue that, well, then there is no rewrite. This page is wrong. Fix this page.
Yeah.
But because they're doing a rewrite, they're saying, hey, there is a new version of this page. We are rewriting it. And therefore, if we fix it, we now have to do it once. This, in this case, this gets you to a work in progress problem, a WIP, where the rewrite of this page started, but because it's low priority, it didn't finish. And now it exists in two places at once, which is one of our main reasons why rewrites bog down and become so expensive and so terrible. Is the idea that you're now maintaining two systems that you have to keep in sync.
Yeah, as far as our line items of bad things about rewrites, that's one of them that it sounds like they're not doing because like their instinct is, oh, we don't want to have to fix it in two places.
Correct.
But the other instincts are, low priority page, great.
That's good.
No one's seeing it. It's done in an iterative fashion. That's great.
Sort of. The fact that for it to truly be done in an iterative fashion, I think I screwed up here in my explanation. You wouldn't start migrating the page until you're ready to migrate the page. The fact that it exists in two places and has existed for some time and will continue to exist for 6 more months, that's, I think, the key problem, the rewrite thinking. Whereas if they iteratively sliced it and said, we only have one version of this page, and when we get to it, it's going to be the 100th page we migrate, but it's going, we're not going to touch it until we get there. Then there wouldn't be an issue. They'd be like, oh yes, there's a bug. We'll fix the bug, and when we get to rewriting this page, the bug will be fixed, and we'll just write it the way it is now. Yeah. It's that they did half of it and they didn't release it.
Well, an interesting thing there too is you mentioned it was an internal tool or like an admin page.
It's a user-facing admin page. It's for.
Oh, it's still user-facing.
Yeah, it's still user-facing.
but you said it was like low traffic, like people wouldn't notice it as much.
Yeah, it's for user configuration.
Got it.
So it's
Well,
like if
at
you
least there's
go
some good
settings,
components there.
control, but yeah, you're like you're 3 levels deep in a menu.
Got it.
That
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's like the thing I was going to bring up is like the idea of like, oh, you have to freeze your feature development because of that was like one of our other things, right? Like it sounds
mm-hmm.
like they're freezing, parts of it. They won't let you fix the bug in the old system because they're trying to get the new one out, right? So it's a similar
Right.
concept. Um, I I don't know because the first thing I think is if it's that low priority
Mm-hmm.
that they can leave a bug for half a year and not really care about it. Is it an accountability problem or is it a priority problem? Do they just not want to spend resources on something that the bug fix isn't really worth because of the lack of traffic to the page for someone who have noticed that there was a bug?
That is an argument. I don't really agree with the argument of we should leave bugs in production for long periods of time. Like you're either going to fix it or you reject it and just say we're not going to fix it.
That's my thing, I guess, is like I would probably lean towards the rejection part. Like if it's going to be fixed, it's slated to be fixed in the new system. We know the issues we've outlined and decided on them. It kind of reminds me of a prior conversation we've had where I was on a team that wasn't the bread and butter team. It was just a
Mm-hmm.
feature development team. Something was broken, and I'm like, every day I see it, it's my problem. And I'm like, why aren't we fixing it? It's a bug. This looks terrible. This looks unprofessional. And I
Mm-hmm.
complained, and then after a while, they're like, yeah, that's a small fire. Here's the big fire. And I'm like, oh, well, it still seems unprofessional that we didn't fix a bug because I feel like I should own it. But once you lay it out on a whole priority list, I could see why someone's like, yeah, we really don't care about that right now. And so at I think at different levels of my career, I would take that either as, well, that's unprofessional, that's lazy and sloppy, or an accountability problem. And at other levels, I'd be like, okay, I see that they're aware of it and they've deprioritized it because it's not that important right now, and they have resources they're trying to allocate in a different way. So like somewhere in between those two extremes, I think is like where I dance between whenever I hear stuff like this.
Yes, that's not a bad argument. I don't like it, but I don't can't object to the idea that hey, there's more important stuff, and we're doing the more important stuff. To me, I'm thinking through my arguments in this specific case where
Mm-hmm.
the fix is an hour, and probably the
Mm.
discussion to deprioritize the fix was 30 minutes.
Okay,
Uh,
that changes things a little bit for me. If it's easier
uh,
to fix it than just to talk about it, then that also just fix it, man. Oh,
right. Well, but also in this case, I don't think it had been noticed before. So this isn't a
mm,
we know and we're ignoring it.
yeah.
Which again, that's overhead, cognitive load of yes, this is we now have this body of work that we know exists that we've decided to not pursue for reasons. Right now, it's
Hmm.
tech debt.
Yeah.
We know that we have to do this. We're not doing it. But the thing that was the clincher for me is the reason we're not doing it is not because there's other higher priority work. The reason we weren't doing it is because there's a rewriting process.
Mm, yeah. That argument doesn't, yeah, pass the smell test for me. I don't think either. Um, because, well, one, if even if it's low trafficked, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure you guys have stats around how many people it gets to that page, how many views it gets per day, and how many people are clicking on items there. Um, so yeah, I can see someone saying we have low resources or whatever, so we're not going to work on it, and then that's the reason why they decide not to put you on that, and you don't want to spend
Mm-hmm.
an hour even to fix it because there's like a huge pressing thing. But if there's not anything huge and pressing, and the only reason is, you know, it'll be fixed in half a year, and it takes you an hour to fix it, just fix it. Um, like unless I mean, if your company is like barely making it. You're like fucking drowning. You're running out of cash, and you really need every single hand you can. And you're like, please don't fix that bug. We have a lot of stuff to fix because
Sure.
we're losing customers. Yes, but if you have plenty of money, even just fix it. It's just like uh, it's just red tape for the sake of red tape. At that point, I don't get it.
Well, sort of the joke that came to my mind is the bureaucracy is expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy, where
Right. Yeah.
we can't fix this because there's a rewrite, and all of our resources are used because they're involved in a rewrite. And so the rewrite has now become its own self-fulfilling beast
Yep.
that is preventing the everything from moving forward. The rewrite has it's become a deadlock
Yeah.
almost.
And you can use it as an excuse for everything at that point until it's finally out.
Right.
Yeah. um, well, it is an interesting outline. I think as we've teased out different, well, I've kind of explained a couple of my thought processes in the way of
Right.
like, okay, well, I would do it this way if
Right.
this
There's
case,
a
this case, yeah,
I get you. There's a bit of it depends that I didn't see
yeah.
originally.
But yeah, knowing that I happen to know your company, so knowing that they probably are not strapped for cash unless
Mhm.
things have changed dramatically in the last few years. I have a feeling that they probably could just like instead of having the overhead of the existence of that ticket and making sure that it is fixed in your system, you could just have somebody like in the time it took to record this podcast, you could probably have
Right.
that fixed.
Well, in this case, if you don't have the my counter argument to the prioritization thing is if you don't have the resources to fix it,
Mm-hmm.
you really don't have the resources for a rewrite. If you've got a stable technology, if you've got a UI that's at stable technology that's at end of life,
Yeah.
and you don't have resources to fix bugs, you don't have to rewrite the stuff that's at end of life. You want to, you
Yeah.
will need to eventually, because eventually it'll become a problem. But well, eventually it's not today.
Yeah. Well, I will say one other thing too. Even if you do have the resources to do it, I would
Hmm.
still look at data around that. And if
Yeah.
3 people get to that page in a month, then I probably wouldn't fix it. Like honestly, if it's going to be fixed in the new system too, but if it's like still bugging people, like a good handful of people, if it's like 3 a day instead of 3 a month, where someone can keep going to it and it's like enough to where they would call in to customer support, I would use that trade off too. How likely is it that they stumble upon this bug? I don't know anything about this bug or the page or what it does. How likely would it be that that results in someone taking up time from customer support? Because if it takes up an hour of customer support time, just fix it. Like you could see the downstream impact where it like causes frustration to other people just because someone didn't want to make a really fast change on their end. So I think there's like all the different things you should weigh,
Yeah.
like the impact, like the traffic to the page, the impact to other people in the company, how much time it takes you to fix it, how much money you've got to fix it, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and weighing all that. I think it's just up to each engineer and each company to kind of figure out because it sure is a it depends problem.
Right. Yes. So do rewrites create accountability black holes? It
Sometimes.
depends. Awesome. Well, thank you all for listening. I'm Jeffrey Sherman.
And I'm Isaac Askew, and this is Never Rewrite.
Isaac and I are excited to announce that you can now book a one-on-one call with us through intro.co. Got a legacy system disaster and don't know where to start? We can help you find that first seam. Maybe you're struggling with a service that is collapsing under load and you just don't see any scaling options. We can walk you through a diagnosis. Just started at a new place and they have a rewrite going off the rails? We are the experts on rewrites. We will help you find a path.
If you have any kind of question about legacy systems, scaling, or rewrites, we can help you get answers in just one phone call. We're so confident that we're also offering a 100% money back guarantee. If you don't believe that the call is valuable, just say the word and we will refund your money.
And for a limited time, we are offering to do the call for free in exchange for recording the session and using it in a future episode of the Never Rewrite podcast. You have nothing to lose and peace of mind to gain. Schedule your call today.